how about that introduction? Always a good time seeing the Jeep flying through sand dunes, right?
Love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beyond the Bumper. I am your host, Josh, with E3 Offroad. Beyond the Bumper is E3 Offroad, E3 Overland's official video podcast. And today we have some very, very special guests with us. We have one of our ambassadors, Jaimee, who runs the Girls Play Offroad. And we have Jason, who runs RucRak. Gotta have some applause, right? We gotta make you guys feel special.
Josh,
So,
I heard you were the Joe Rogan of the off-road world.
the Joe Rogan of the off-road world. Wow.
I like that.
That's a pretty big thing to live up to. Yeah,
Right.
no one's ever really said that to me. So we're going to chat a little bit with Jason. He's going to tell us about his company, RucRak, and what they do and how he started and all the really cool stuff that he offers for off-roaders. And we're just going to have some fun over the next few minutes and just chat with everybody. So without further ado, welcome, Jaimee. Welcome, Jason.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Doing fantastic. So let's chat. Jason, tell us about RucRak. What is RucRak?
RucRak. Well, RucRak was an idea born because of my wife. My wife and I were going on our first, before we were married, our first trip together, and I had left her the Jeep to pack while I was at work, and I came home and I wanted to take my freedom panels off and put them in the back. And then I came around the back side of the Jeep, opened it up, and it's full. So I figured that out for that trip, but I wanted something to make a little extra space. I didn't want a roof rack, and I didn't want one of those conventional plug-in hitch racks because of the issues with those. So I went out on Google and I came back from that trip and I looked and I really couldn't find anything that really fit what I needed. So I built one. And so the first one was just for the freedom panels. And over the last 6.5 years, it has grown into the multifunctional modular system that it is today, which is a cargo system, a bike rack, a tailgater table, places to put your tools, places to put your roto packs, as well as a myriad of other functions that played into the overland and camping and beachgoer world. And that's where I'm at today.
Very cool. Can you put all your broken parts on it?
Yes, I've actually had some customers send me a front drive pictures of front drive shafts in it and and all kinds of crazy stuff. Yes,
That's funny. See, now that's would be a good marketing message for you. You know, you could show pictures of broken parts on this and be like, "Look, hey, even if you break your Jeep out on the trail, look what you can do with this." You know,
right. Yeah,
cool.
it was just Jeeps are great vehicles, but they're not well known for their space, especially if you have a two-door.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a necessity for Jeepers, and especially if you're going on long trips or maybe you just show up at Lowe's and the wife says, "Hey, I like those flowers for the flower bed," and you don't want to put them in the back of your Jeep, so you just pull the RucRak out and there you go.
Very cool. So, how long have you been doing this? Like, how long has the company been around?
So the idea came in my head in probably August of 2017, and the first one was sold at Myrtle Beach Jeep Jam in August of 2020.
Wow.
And we've been through 5 renditions of it, and I think we've reached the pinnacle of usage for it now, and it's really ready for the mainstream.
Got it. And you do all the R&D and engineering and everything there in house?
Yes, so we do all of the CAD work, there's a thumb drive over there on my desk of 565 CAD files.
Wow.
And
Man, you got to put that in a safe. You got to keep that secure, you know?
right. There's been like 17 renditions on paper, but only 5 of them have seen the market.
Very cool. Jaimee, I know you have a RucRak.
I love my rack. So Jason and I got
I
together.
love your rack too. It's great.
So I over 2 years ago, I saw the RucRak online, and then Jeremy Rowe had it, and I decided to stalk Jason, and he could tell you I literally stalked him. And our first conversation, I think, was 2 hours long, and it was like just family that didn't know that we were like long lost family. And so I got my rack. We Jason powder coated that along with my P3 billet shackles for me. This way everything matched, and put it on. And I have torture tested that dang thing. I have backed into trees. I have put a ton of weight on it. I love it. I swear by it. I'm proud to have RucRak on the side of my Jeep. They were on before E3 was, and my 2 favorite companies. But yeah, the RucRak, I swear by. I've used it for the beach. I've used it for camping. It's great when girls play off-road is doing a trail ride, and I'm able to use it for lunch. Stick a cooler on the bottom during, as we're standing out there. And we've got the top down for a table so that this way I hate standing around and having to hold everything. So the RucRak has made my life a whole lot easier. And working with an American company and someone like Jason has just been fantastic.
Funny story. I didn't actually get to meet Jaimee until after I met her husband. So I drove to the Bantam Jeep Fest in Pennsylvania 2 years ago.
Yep.
And I had a caliper bolt back out on the front caliper of my Jeep somewhere in Podunk, West Virginia. And I stopped at a Walmart and bought me some heavy duty zip ties and zip tied it up and drove on the parking brake all the way to Bantam. And John drove 3 hours to meet me to bring me a caliper bolt so I can get back home. So to say that Jaimee and John are good people is an understatement.
Yeah. Jaimee, she's good people.
Just try it.
Nice. Now, I know you develop products obviously for Jeeps, and you do also do some stuff for Ford Broncos. Eric, one of our other ambassadors, he loves you. Actually, we talked to him not too long ago, and he gave lots of kudos to you, Jason, and RucRak and everything. So you obviously develop products for Jeeps and Ford Broncos. Is there any other vehicles that your product can go on?
So yes, we're launching a product. We're on a pre-sale right now, but we're launching a product here in April called the Compact Rack, and it is just a bike rack cargo carrier combo that you will be able to then turn into a removable wagon.
Oh,
so that will fit in any 2-inch receiver on any vehicle, camper, SUV, pickup truck, and the Ruck Wagon accessory kit will fit any RucRak, whether it's on a Jeep or Bronco or truck or any of our RucRak models. So imagine being able to go to the beach or to the campground, take the basket off, set it on the ground, and then take your stuff with you. I think that's going to be a game changer for people, and I've released some information about it, but we're going to do a big announcement here in the next 30 days.
Wow, that's exciting. That's pretty cool. Before we go on, also just want to remind anyone who is watching this on a couple of things. So if you go to E3 Offroad /GPOR, you can see on the screen, and sign up as a member and use promo code E3 Team VIP, all lowercase, you can get 25% off any membership. And it doesn't matter what tier. It could be our standard, it could be premium, it could be our light, it could be monthly, it could be annual. And if you were to add on any other licenses from our other brands like aviation, camping, firearms, you can also get 25% off of all of that as well. So make sure you hit up that link, e3offroad.com /GPOR. It helps out Jaimee and her organization, and use the promo code, take 25% off, and really enjoy everything that E3 has to offer. Now, also because of the fact that Jason at RucRak is one of our official partners, as an E3 member, you also can get an exclusive deal inside the member platform. So when you sign up today as a member, not only do you get the 25% off by using the promo code, but you can go into the member platform, you can buy one of Jason's awesome, incredible products from RucRak, and you can get a really cool deal on it.
And I can tell you this: the deal that E3 has through that program is better than any deal you can find on the internet. So if you are a
There you go.
off-road member, you get a RucRak. You can get a RucRak with our discounts through this program cheaper than anywhere else on the internet, and I promise you that it's actually cheaper than the show pricing that I do.
Very cool. So there you go. There's an awesome reason. One of many, many reasons of why you should be an E3 member today. So, Jason, you've talked a little bit about your product. You've talked about how you started. How long have you been an off-roader? How did you get into the industry?
So at the age of 15, I had a K5 Blazer that me and my dad built up, and that was my first off-road experience with that. And I have had a Jeep in my name personally of some shape, form, or fashion since 1999.
Wow.
I'm, I'm a long, loyal brand to Jeep, although you will see in the background here the new Bronco that we've added to our fleet. So yes, so I've been off-roading since I was a kid.
Nice. It's funny. I was talking to some people, and it's interesting how Jeep owners and Bronco owners like to mess with each other when out on
Yes,
the trails. It's a little bit of that competitive camaraderie, I guess you could call it.
yes,
Going out. I mean, obviously, there's always going to be jerks out there that think that they're more superior than the next crowd or the next type of owners. But yeah, it's funny, hearing some of the banter that goes back and forth. But it's all on good fun.
it is. It is. I'm a member of a local club here, and we really rib each other. But it at the end of the day, it is really fun. So yeah, and it's a group. I can tell you the Jeep community itself has been very good to me, and the Jeep community, everybody says it's a cult that's outside of the community, but the Jeep people just seem to be more generous and kind, and it's just amazing the things that we have done through with the veteran community, with the first responder community. Um, we just did a ride for a fallen officer here about 3 weeks ago, um, that raised $20,000 for a fallen officer here in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I can go on and on and on about how really good people are in the Jeep community, and it's been fantastic.
Yeah, there's a lot of amazing people, and the Jeep community is great. Everyone comes together and everyone helps each other. Everyone loves each other. Unless you own an electric Jeep, then nobody likes you. But other than that, no, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I'm not. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, the Jeep community is great, and just the off-road, the four-wheel drive community in general.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what you own, whether it's a truck, a Tacoma, 4Runner, an FJ Cruiser, a Jeep, Bronco, whatever. Everyone, they come together for that common bond, just to have fun and enjoy each other. And life gets crazy sometimes. All of us, we have our full-time jobs, we work our 9 to 5. And when the weekend comes, we just want to get away. We want to be able to decompress and just have some fun, be around like-minded people, and just really sort of just get away from all the hustle and bustle that life throws at us. And off-roaders are able to do that, and even overlanders. We're able to come together on the weekends and share that common thing that everybody loves, and we're able to learn from each other and empower each other and educate each other and just have a great time doing it.
It's really a great hobby. And it's more about the people than the equipment. And I'll say that all day long. Toyota, Bronco, Jeep, um, Dodge pickups, whatever you have. We just like to go have fun, and it's just a great hobby.
Yeah. And what's even great too, there's so many new people and young people who are getting into the field and the industry and the sport of it, which is great because, people, they go out, they buy their rigs and they want to get into the off-roading industry, but they don't know where to start or how to begin or whatever. And people like Jaimee at Girls Play Off-Road, who can help new people really get into it and learn as much as they can, is fantastic. The first time somebody puts their rig in four-wheel drive and they crawl over a log, it's like, the heavens opened up and it's like this amazing thing to them. So it's cool to see a lot of younger people and new people getting into it and learning and then kind of excelling and watching them go through the journey of building up their rig and adding products, suspension, and things like that, as well as products that you build as well, Jason. So it's great that there are companies out there who are looking to be the forefront of the industry and build these unique and really exciting products that people can put on their rig and not just be safe in everything they do, but it can kind of enhance their level of being able to go off-roading and overlanding.
And I want to add to that too. People like Jaimee. So I did some research, and in 2019 and 2020, and I haven't gone back and looked at any statistics past that, but 2019 and 2020, 40% of all new Jeep sales went to women. So people like Jaimee that are out there teaching these new wheelers and newbies what to do, and then teaching them, hey, it's okay to put your foot on the skinny pedal and go through it. It's going to be all right. And Jaimee's really good at the skinny pedal.
Yeah.
People like Jaimee, and then you got in the Bronco world, you got Krista with Buckle Up Buttercup, and there's so many other women wheelers. Heather Joaz, who I just met with Pour Offroad Coffee,
Yep.
she's great. All these women wheelers are really an inspiration, and I love seeing more and more women working on their own vehicles and wrenching and off-roading and not being as timid as, and Jaimee, people like Jaimee are bringing those people into their world, and I love it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great thing, being able to bring a lot of new people into it. And, hey, I've seen some videos and I've heard some stories that the women out there are giving the men the run for the money.